Hello again, and welcome to Improvisations on Growth with Madhu Einsiedler. My name is Adina Arhire, Madhu's discussion companion, this time introducing the second episode discussing the developments prompted by COVID-19. Are there mechanisms to regain control in a healthy way in case of extreme fear? Does panic love company? Listen to Madhu's podcast and get to the root of human behavior in time of crisis. So speaking of being aware and of the topic, I have the what can I do in times of crisis. From what you're telling me, it sounds the what can I do? It really starts with I. It really starts with self-awareness. So based on the four behaviors you mentioned, do you have any tips on what can I do starting with myself before even thinking of how to help other people?
The first thing is to notice that I am now in an automatic reaction. My husband went for grocery shopping today, and we decided that it's not the two of us going because that would just increase the danger of getting infected. So it's just he went out to the supermarket, and he came back. And he was in a really aggressive mode, and he was not aware that the energy in the supermarket triggered basically his automatic reaction of aggressiveness and then needing to find a scapegoat. This is also part of the fighting reaction, that we need to find a scapegoat, and if the scapegoat is then being punished, then then everything will be good again, which obviously is not true. I made him aware of it, and I talked with him so that he could get in touch with himself and feel the aggression. And the one is breathing always helps. So usually when we're in one of those reactions, our breathing is either really shallow, just happening in our breast, or it's really rapid. So count to 10, breathe in, hold for a second, and then breathe out, counting to 10 again. And look at the watch and do this for 10 minutes. What this does, it's part coherent breathing, and it kind of puts our brain waves into sync with our heart rhythm. And that relaxes our body and brings us back into, as I call it, the here and now. Because if we are in one of these automatic reactions, we are not in the here and now. We are in the really dangerous situation, sometimes in our past. So it's important to bring the body back into the here and now. And this breathing technique just really helps. And if what we can do, for example, right now, is do this 3 times a day. For 10 minutes, do this, count to 10, breathe in, and count to 10, breathe out. And do this 3 times a day. And then after 2-3 weeks, our body has learned to switch really fast into this calm state. And then we don't need to do it for 10 minutes anymore, but just start breathing to the count to 10, in and out, and then the body is like a trained muscle. It relaxes immediately. If we do this and we calm our own body, all the bodies around get the signal that, okay, there's someone calm in the room, so maybe I can calm too. And this is through the mirror neurons that we can affect our environment.
So it's really leading by example. That's how.
Leading by breathing and
breathing by example.
Not so much by that the others see that we are calm. So it's not the example, but our bodies are picking up. This is why mass panic is so dangerous. It's like one body panics and then the other bodies start picking up the signal and going into the panic mode also. And we can kind of turn this mechanism back into, instead of creating panic, we can create calm and calming also others down just by calming our own body down.
From the explanation you've been giving, it sounds to me like the more we work on the I, the more we can actually extend to other people. Working on ourselves, on the I, really helps everyone around us, starting with our families, our friends, co-workers, the person at the store, the person in line at the pharmacy, etc.
I could not agree more. So, and especially now, I think it would be so important that I start calming my body down, because the fear is popping up. And I feel fear like several times a day. I read the news and I don't know what's going to happen on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know when I will be able to switch my business, to turn my business on again. So there are so many unknowns right now. And I feel anxious and I feel stressed out. And then my dad was coughing and I was really panicking for like minutes that he caught the virus. And so it's just, and the thing that I can really control and that I have really influence over is my own body. And I can do what my body needs to calm down. And I know some people, and this is what alcohol is doing, at least beer, for example, it kind of calms us down, and it's the ingredients that do that. But breathing is just a better and more sustainable way.
Well, I think I can safely say that we are allowed to breathe all the time. We are not allowed to drink beer all the time.
Yeah, I agree. And I guess the one message that I would really give to people is, if everybody out there would start breathing in this certain way, like 10 counts in and 10 counts out, and do that for 10 minutes and repeat this 3 times a day, we would all just be able to deal better with this situation. Whenever the body creates fear, to realize, okay, it's my body creating fear, but I, the grown person, can calm my body down again, and then it's okay again until the next wave of fear is coming. And this is what it's going to be. There will be uncertainty for quite a while, and there will be waves of fear coming in and going through our mind, soul, body system. And the breathing just helps us to go back into the here and now again, because basically as long as we stay home and don't have social contacts, physically we are safe. And most people, and especially the young people, even if they catch the virus, they are physically safe. They probably feel like even like a minor cold, and then the virus is gone. But it's the transmission that is so dangerous. So as long as we stay at home, we are physically safe. And whenever fear comes through and anxiety, then we can breathe. And this is the part that we have control over. The other things we don't have control over. And buying flour, tons of flour, doesn't help.
Thank you for listening to the second episode of Madhu Einsiedler's Improvisations on Growth COVID-19 Crisis Log, exploring the effects of the coronavirus on our own psyche. Understanding our own reactions is key to keeping healthy inside and out, and to also comfort those around us. Stay tuned for new episodes discussing humanity in times of crisis, and remember how important it is to practice understanding and breathing. You are welcome to share your thoughts on Madhu's social media, on Twitter and LinkedIn, or to email her directly at madhu@einsiedler.at.